have returned.
Yeah! Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the Nexus. We are on the PTR today. Take a very long, very boring, very drawn out look at the newest character to enter the Nexus. His name is Fenix. He is a legendary StarCraft hero that they slapped in a Dragoon because he died and he wanted to keep fighting. Almost died. Is that fair to say? I think that's right. We are live streaming this on Twitch today, but recording it to turn it into a YouTube video very soon. I just want to say, I already told Twitch, they already know, but I'm going to be doing a charity live stream on March 29th to help sick kids. That is the 7-year anniversary of the day that I had brain surgery, and I want to invite you guys to join. I'll be making a separate video. Yo, Phoenix, I'm trying to talk. I'll be making a separate video talking about that soon, but I just wanted to get the news out there because it is 10 days away at the time of this recording. So, if you do not want to watch a very long, a very boring, a very drawn-out look at every single talent that Fenix has, as well as my ideas for what builds may or may not work with him, then you have been warned. It is your time to leave. It is your time to click away, because I don't want to hear no shit from you, is what I'm saying. Look at the new art. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Okay, this is what our mount looks like. I didn't actually look to see if we could mount other things. I guess I can't look because we're in try mode. For the most important things right out of the gate, let's do our taunt. I don't really see the appeal there, to be honest with you. And then the dance. All right, he's a very expressive half a spider. He only has 4 legs, right? So let's move down here. Let's move down here. Let's look at our abilities. This is Plasma Cutter. Create a laser beam at the target point that circles around Fenix twice, dealing 156 damage at level 1 to enemies hit and slowing them by 25% for 4 seconds. So let's nope, none of these. Nope. Where? Quick cast. There it is. Okay, we'll turn it on release so you guys can see the targeting for these. We can, whoa. So he picks somewhere in this circle, and then this will travel out from our character, hitting everything in that circle, rotating around a couple times. While that is channeling, go ahead and turn off cooldowns. That's a 12-second cooldown, by the way. While that is channeling, you can reposition. You can move around. If someone's running away from... Wait, can you teleport as well? That cancels it. Okay, that's good. That's worth knowing. While you're walking around, you try to reposition it. If someone's trying to get out of your range, you can catch back up to them, potentially. So, interesting ability. I imagine if someone just dives forward at you, that'll be... Yo, good job, Furian! I imagine that'll be the worst case scenario, right? So if I'm channeling this, I need to keep it next to someone. If it's at a long range and someone starts diving in on me, if we get Tyrael judged or something, or you know, stage dove, can't really reposition that. So best case scenario, keep someone at arm's distance the whole time, hopefully. Our W ability, this is a toggleable. You change it. You switch stance. It's called the repeater cannon and the phase bomb. The phase bomb increases your attack range. And it does a little splash. Look at that. If you switch it over to the repeater cannon, you no longer deal area damage whenever you attack something. Instead, you attack faster. So this is your attack speed without it. This is your attack speed with it. You know what I really should do is menu. Is it menu? A lot of you know I use left click to move around, to attack move. So I can't actually open up the menu to show the stats of things anymore. And I don't even know where that is in this, but we'll fix it soon. The basic idea is if You're next to someone and you're trying to deal single target damage, boop. You can do that. You can do that single target damage. If someone is getting away from you, go ahead and switch stances, splash that damage around, and try to just continue to deal damage as they're running away. That's basically how I'm thinking of the two. I don't know which one will be better though. Still testing. We don't know. We don't know. God, just stop. Just stop attacking. Jeez. I don't like these new things. They're ruining my testing. I don't like it. I don't like it. We have Warp on our E ability. This is a 15, by the way, no mana cost, no cooldown or anything for your W. You just switch it as often as you need to. That might actually be a little too fast. I kind of wish there was a little bit like a half-second delay in here where maybe you couldn't get that, you couldn't make that work. I kind of wish that was the case. But regardless, there you go. That's what it does. Our E ability is Warp, 15-second cooldown. We have a channel, and then we teleport somewhere else. If we are rooted, if we are stunned, if we are silenced, this will be interrupted. But all in all, it seems like it's pretty decent. The enemy team would have a little bit of time to react to where you're appearing. So it's not like Genji where you just show up, right? It's like, oh, he's gonna be... No, actually, they can't see that, can they? They can't see that. They can only see you when they disappear. I remember that from the hero spotlight. Isn't that true? Chat, can you back me up on that one just to make sure I'm not lying to anyone? I'm pretty sure that's accurate. And then shield capacitor. Fenix has a permanent 906 shield at level 3, regenerating at 91 per second after not taking damage for 5 seconds. Chat agreed with me, by the way. They cannot see where you're teleporting. They only see the initial cast. So if we're not in combat, we get our shield back. If we go into combat, we have a pretty beefy 900 shields and 13, almost 1400 HP at level 3. So we'll go ahead and take that damage. We'll get our health low. Now our health does not regenerate, just the shields. So if we go over here and we sit out of combat, if we don't take damage, you will see that slowly start to recover. All right, so that's the basics. Let's take a look at his Actually, let's take a look at his heroics. I used to do it this way. I kind of liked it more. I got out of the habit, though. So his heroics, now that we know his basic abilities, we have Purification Salvo, Fire Barrage of Homing Missiles, channel for 1.5 seconds, sweeping a laser in front of Fenix that locks onto enemy heroes. Once channeling finishes, fire 5 missiles at each locked hero, dealing 127 damage each. Deals 50% increased damage to slowed targets. Now remember, your Q does apply a slow. So if you're able to lock onto someone and then hit him with the Q, they will take 50% increased damage. Okay, so Purification Salvo, how it works. We have our, we have a really intense frontal cone. Mirror Orifice. Orifice. We're gonna go ahead and do a scan of that and then fire off some missiles. This is on a 75-second cooldown, and I'm assuming that people can walk out of it relatively easily if they're on the right side. I don't know, it's hard to say. So it's not a push the button and everyone immediately gets locked onto. It's a radial sweep, right? So you need to keep that in mind. If you cast it from this side and there's someone running, you know, to the left here, there is a chance you will not lock onto them because that's a significant delay with that lock on. You can, however, move while scanning to make that a little bit easier. Or to mess you up more, you know, who knows? Can you scan and teleport? No, you're locked in. Okay. Okay, so just keep in mind, it's not an instant lock on. You'd have to keep people in range. I just noticed he doesn't have mana. Just noticed that. Good. Cool. Personally, I think mana's kind of dumb. Especially considering most heroes like that have mana. I won't say most. I would say a growing percentage of heroes that have mana in the game don't have to manage it at all. It's just kind of there. It never really goes away. They use it, but they have enough to never have to worry about it. So, yeah, just remove mana. Who cares? Then we have Planet Cracker. This is on a 100-second cooldown. After 0.5 seconds, channel a powerful beam that spans across the battleground for 4 seconds, dealing 162 damage every 0.25 seconds. So it's going to hit 4 times a second, dealing 162 damage, and it does not hit structures. I assume that means that it hits minions. Wow. Wow, that... Okay, who knows if this is going to be a good ability, but it's a cool ability. So Arthas should be... I thought he was going to be here. That's cool. Yo, eat your heart out, Lava Wave. I got a fucking laser! Okay, obviously people will try to move out of this. Obviously. So you probably want some Malfurion Roots, Toronto Stuns, things like that. ETC Mosh Pits. Maybe even a Hanzo arrow to stun people in order to make this a little bit more beneficial. But it procs damage so fast. Let's actually see what the DPS is. It procs damage so fast that I think it'd be worth if you have any of those. So that was 2,000 damage over the course of 4 seconds. All right, level 10. Obviously, like I said, being able to hit someone for that whole duration is not too likely. I'll admit that right now. You can also cancel it. You cannot move while this is channeling, but you can cancel it to get away. If you need to, you cancel it by hitting R again. There's some obvious comparisons here between Shock and Awe, or whatever Falstad's ult's called now. Hinterland Blast, thank you, chat. And Li Ming's Disintegrate. Li Ming can reorientate her Disintegrate, not as far of a range. Falstad's also not as far of a range. And it also, I think Falstad has a longer channel time. But all of his damage is done at one time. So just like Li Ming, a potential use for this in the middle of a team fight, granted it's a really fucking long cooldown, right? But let's say a new Barak gets a cocoon on someone that you need to break out right away. Presumably this would proc the damage you need to get that broken very, very quickly because it attacks so fast. Now Li Ming can do this with Disintegrate, but Disintegrate's also a 20-second cooldown. She's fucking Li Ming. So she doesn't have cooldowns. So keep that in mind. I'm just trying to point out things as I think of them. That's all. So, talents, what are they? At level 1, it seems we have a talent for a few different things. Our Qs and auto attacks. Are we seeing themed trees? Level 13 seems themed around your defenses in some capacity. But that is the only one. That is the only one that I'm seeing. So advanced targeting at level 1, hitting enemy heroes with plasma cutter permanently increases Fenix. Oh, is this a basic attack damage tree? I think it is. Interesting. Okay. So hitting enemy heroes with our plasma cutter, once again, that's our Q ability. Permanently increases Fenix basic attack damage by 1 up to 80. After hitting 30 heroes, plasma cutter circles an additional time. Okay. So let's pick that up. It has a respectable range. We could just walk up to Arthas, try to keep him in range of that. By the way, as this is doing its work, as this is shooting, as this is circling, you can continue to auto attack as well. So keep that in mind. 80 auto attack damage is not that bad. I do kind of want to see what he sits at level 20. So if we were to just not take that quest, what are our auto attacks hit for? Are we the Butcher? Are we Robo Gazlo? What are we? So that's 219, so it's gonna just be right under 300 with this fully stacked. Also, you get the added bonus of this rotating around you an additional time after you hit 30 heroes. So maybe making it a little bit easier to continue to stack that up. Obviously dealing more damage because this hit actually hits pretty hard.
Choose a talent.
So let's complete a quest. We're at 80. So hitting for 299. If we swap stances to our AoE, I imagine that this will also increase the AoE damage as well, the splash damage. That's gonna be 350. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. 354 to everything in the area. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. The indication on this cast thing is just to let you know where it started, I believe. I don't think you get any bonus for landing the apex of this circle like you would for Zul'jin. I don't think so anyway. So it's just kind of let you know where it started so you could time your positioning a little bit more.
Rather entertaining.
We are going to take a look at the other talents. By the way, how's the volume? It looks a little loud to me today. I have a new audio setup. I'm trying out something new. Oh, it's definitely loud today. Fuck! I had 15 minutes of really loud heroes. I hope it wasn't too bad, boys. My bad. My bad. Arsenal Synergy. After hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks 3 times while repeater cannon is active, the next basic... Okay. After hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks 3 times with the repeater cannon, that is the super fast cannon, the next basic attack with Phase Bomb deals 100% more damage and splashes in a 50% larger area. So this is encouraging you to constantly be switching stances. 1, 2, 3, swap over. Oh, it would help if I took the talent. 1, 2, 3, swap over. Whoa! 1, 2, 3. That is cool! I like that. So let's see how much the bigger area actually benefits us. So if we attack this guy on the right, we can only hit the one next to it. And it looks like with the increased benefit, that doesn't change. Oh, and it just kind of primes. You can just kind of use it whenever you want to. That's interesting. Yeah. That's a little bit closer. Okay, let's just attack once. That hit 2 knights and the mage. Let's prime it. Okay. All right. All right. I can see it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. What's our other option at this tier? Mobile offensive. After moving unmounted, Fenix's next basic attack deals 30% more damage? After moving?
Choose a talent.
So you have a marine micro talent for a StarCraft character? Hold on, is it literally just moving at all? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so easy. That's so easy. You literally have a talent to teach you proper game mechanics. That's nuts.
Mayhem.
That's so weird. And that also goes with your splash too. 30% more just fucking splash damage in the middle of team fights. Dude, his splash damage is nuts. That's crazy. That seems really good. And it's just, like, that might as well be a passive. That might as well be a passive. Because this is teaching you how to properly play the game, which you should already be moving in between auto attacks anyway. So this should be on all the time. That should be on all the time. Holy shit. That's really good. Okay. So level 4. Target acquired. Basic attacks against slowed heroes with repeater cannon active gain 10% movement speed for 4 seconds. Basic attacks against slowed heroes with repeater cannon. Okay, so in order to slow the hero, you have to hit them with your Q ability and then hit them with repeater cannon. Arthas kind of fucks that up. Let's see. Let's see if we like it. Let's see if we like it. This might go really well with the mobile, not with mobile offensive, with advanced targeting. Kind of incentivize you to, wow. Wow. So how does that fade? It lasts for 4 seconds. If we swap stances, it'll drop. If they're no longer slowed, does it drop? Here, we can test that on a dummy. That is a pretty sizable increase. Oop. So he's slowed. Yeah, just continuing to auto attack something. No, it does have to be slowed. It does have to be slowed. This is fading down to the bottom. Okay. All right, that's interesting. I'm not blown away by that, but it seems okay. Inhibiting energy while phase bomb is active. This is our AoE stance. While phase bomb is active, basic attacks against heroes slowed by plasma cutter slow all enemies in the area. So if we just hit this guy and then auto attack, it should slow this other dude that it hit, right? Yep. Which would keep them in AoE range longer. That seems good. I like that one more than the movement speed one, personally. I think. I don't know. Still super early on first impressions, right? Still super early on. Then we have Warp Conduit, where takedowns will reset the warp cooldown. That could be really cool too. And considering he doesn't have mana, you don't have to worry about this like draining your sustain. It seems like he's going to be able to be out in lane quite a bit. Just need a little bit of healing every now and then. His shields should be able to mitigate quite a bit. And if you are attacking something and your shields go down, you just teleport away. So I imagine that he would be pretty fucking strong in lane, honestly. That's the impression I'm starting to get here. Very similar to, once again, Li Ming. If she gets a takedown, she can teleport around a bit more. The GG well played from D.Va allows her to get in the mech and unlock that mobility. Kind of in the same vein as that. Only as good as your team, but in a team fight, obviously this could spiral out of control really quickly if you're able to keep up with people and do stuff like that. If you do teleport, it does interrupt your Q ability though. And if we toggle cooldowns off, your Q is on a 12-second cooldown. So that could potentially mess up your damage and incentivize you not to teleport in a team fight. But obviously your auto attack does so much that moving is probably better. Right? So, I mean, I feel like, sorry, that was confusing. I feel like you would probably use Warp Conduit just to get in range to continue auto attacking someone rather than landing your Q. And then the last talent we have, Emergency Protocol. When shield capacitor shields become depleted, gain 30% movement speed for 5 seconds. Gives you movement speed when you're out of shields. I think that's the weakest one here. I'm already kind of going towards this AoE centered build because people clump up so much. People clump up like crazy. So I feel like being able to deal full damage to every single person on the front line of an enemy team could be really, really, really good. So to me, slowing more heroes to keep them together seems like the place I want to be at. So we can hit this guy, and now everyone on their team is slowed. I can keep up with them, no problem. This will fade eventually, but we have teleports to keep up with them. That seems good. Alternatively, I would say the movement speed, but that is going to be harder to maintain and still deal effective AoE damage. But I don't know. Like I said, this is all theory crafting. We won't know until we start doing good games. I'm immediately drawn to target acquired and inhibiting energy, though, out of the 4 options. Level 7, combat advantage. Plasma Cutter deals damage to slowed enemies. Plasma Cutter deals 50% more damage to enemies that are slowed. These can be slowed by outside sources, or these can be slowed by your Q, circling back around and hitting that target again. This, once again, kind of also incentivizes this kind of inhibiting energy, slow everyone kind of playstyle, because you'd be able to slow someone, then reposition, and potentially hit another person with that, right? Potentially. This damage is busted. Also, if you have more slows on your team, that could be really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other ones. We have Warp Warfare. After activating Warp, gain 125 attack speed for 4 seconds. This really makes me wish I had the character sheet open. Hold on, I can time this. So this is, I would say, roughly... I'm just looking at my OBS timers here. I would say this is roughly a second and a half to maybe 1.6, 1.7 attacks per second. Maybe someone in chat can let me know what his exact attack speed is. So if we teleport, we could just deal more AoE damage, potentially. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't notice much of a difference there. After activating, no, I did it right. I thought maybe you had to activate it again. Oh, repeater cannon! Oh, fuck that talent then. It's for repeater cannon only. I don't give a shit then. I just want to AoE. I feel like repeater cannon already hits pretty fast. And if you did this with the movement speed increase talent, this would be really... Oh my god. That seems disgusting. That's okay. All right, maybe I do care about repeater cannon. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. We'll see. We'll see. That seemed really good. Seemed really good. Divert power weapons. Activate to instantly drain shield capacitors, but increase basic attack damage by 80% of the shields drained for 5 seconds. So you're sacrificing a lot of your survivability. The more survivability you sacrifice, the harder you hit. This works for repeater cannon as well as our, what is this called? Phase bomb. Works for both. So, yeah, just keep moving. Stop shooting everything. Come on. So, can we couple that with anything else? Probably the movement speed. Yeah, the more I look at target acquired, the more I think it synergizes what we're trying to do. But I think sacrificing all of your shields should be super fucking situational. But that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Keep in mind, at level 22, we have 3,000 HP and 2,000 shields. So even if you do sacrifice that shielding, you still do have a pretty decent amount of HP, I'm gonna be honest. And start hitting for 560. We potentially could increase that damage to 560 plus 80 would be 640. That could, yeah. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I'm immediately drawn to this one. No, I don't know. I feel like level 7's a weird talent tree. I don't know how it quite fits in with the plan that I have in my head, right? I think that in most cases, Purification Salvo is going to be better. But Planet Cracker is more fun, so let's just shoot that at Arthas really quick. You can also farm minion waves with this. Every 100 seconds. That's a thing you could do. You really wanted to. This is our survivability talent tree at level 14. Adamantium, or Adanium? Sorry, I was on a Wolverine kick a couple days ago. Adanium Shell. After arriving with Warp, you gain 40 armor for 4 seconds. 40 armor is a shit ton. 40 armor is a fuck ton. 40% damage reduction to everything. Spells, auto attacks. And you also have a talent that potentially lets you reset that as well with Warp Conduit early on. That's a lot. That's like warrior levels of defense, but tied to a 15-second cooldown. Which would obviously make you want to like engage with this a little bit more rather than be defensive with your teleport as well. So might actually change up your playstyle a little bit depending on, you know, how you play this character. Dampening Field! Fenix gains 15 spell armor while he has a shield from shield capacitor. 15% damage reduction from abilities. While you have a shield, I mean, we have 2,000 shields at level 23. That's a lot of shields. This will have a lot of uptime. Also, if you can just break combat for a little bit, if you can just break combat for how many seconds? For 5, not take damage. That's different from breaking combat, but not take damage for 5 seconds. He basically has Muradin's trait, but with shielding. That means you would get the full effect of the spell armor even if you only have 1 shield, right? So you could just dip out for a second, come back in and be tankier again. That could be good. Rapid recharge. Whenever Fenix is healed, shield capacitors recharges for 20% of the healing received. Yeah, okay. This is obviously encourage some pre-healing. Malfurion might actually be a great character to do that with, because you would... Wait, do you need to take health damage in order to receive the bonus from healing? Does Lucio just heal everyone around him all the time, or only if they're missing HP? I don't know how that works. I feel like I'm ignorant here. I feel like I'm really ignorant. Can you maybe deal any damage to me? We're so tanky. Oh well. So jury's out on that one. If you can be pre-healed and have the shield proc, I think that could be really good. Yeah. Also, like an Uther healing up a Fenix could be a ton. Not only would you get armor from every heal, you would also be getting huge amounts of your shield back. That could be really good. Auxiliary shields permanently reduces Fenix's maximum health by 10%, but increases the shield capacitor's shielding by 20%. Basic attacks regenerate shields equal to 20% of the damage dealt. So you're knowingly sacrificing your max HP, but in order to increase your shielding. At level 23, once again, we have 3,125 HP, 2,082 shielding. If we pick up this talent, that increases our shielding to just under 2,500 and reduces our health to 2,812. And if we auto attack, we get shields back for a percentage of the damage that we're dealing. So what if we sacrificed our shields? Oh, that could be, oh shit. Okay, so sacrifice our shields. That could be good. That could be really good. Shit! Come back, Arthas. I need to test this some more. So in order to get the most out of everything that we're doing right now, we need to move. We need to stutter step, which we would do anyway. We need to slow an enemy, right? Basic attacks do. No, drain our shields. We don't have to slow an enemy, do we? Basic attacks against heroes slowed. Slow all enemies down in the area. So we don't necessarily have to do that. Okay. So I'm gonna slow him and sacrifice my shields. That's a fuck ton of damage, boys. I don't really see us recovering our shields that rapidly, though. You know what I mean? It didn't... I guess we would be mitigating some damage in there, but it didn't see... It didn't seem like I was recovering it very quickly. Keep in mind that Arthas is also slowing down our attack speed, so maybe swapping over to the faster hitting one definitely would be better in this situation, actually. I'm too fixated on the AoE. I need a good situation to fight. Here, refresh forts. Here, Ian, get the fuck out of here for a minute. I gotta see how this goes. Select ally here. I wanna see it. Wait, what? No, not Anna. Not Anna. No, I don't want anyone. Thank you. Okay, bring it on, Arthas. Bring it on, bud. So we're getting... You know what? We're tanking a minion wave here, too. And it's just standing in as slow and not moving. So that was like worst case scenario. We can do better than that. We're better than that. Beast's basic attacks reduce his ability cooldowns. He has battle momentum. Ooh. Ooh, that could be fun. Okay. I was able to get my shields back very rapidly. Oh, something to note as well. I didn't think about that when I first picked up the talent. I didn't think about that at all. If we activate this prior to taking damage, our shields regenerate because we haven't taken damage. So we can kind of prime ourselves to deal increased damage for a few seconds and still get some shielding back without having to use the auxiliary shields at all. Huh. Huh. Also, by picking up this talent, going for the emergency protocol might be a little bit more appealing. It's on a 20-second cooldown. You're going to be lowering your shields right away. People are going to be attacking you, lowering your shields even more. So it's a 30% movement speed increase. The web thickens. The web thickens. Level 16. Offensive cadence. Successive Reaper Cannon attacks. Every third basic attack versus heroes while Repeater Cannon is active deals an additional 6 per... Oh. Holy shit. 6% of the target's maximum health. Damn.
Choose a talent.
All right, I might be a believer in this now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, Fenix might be busted. He might be busted. He has a cool giant killer, but a really fast attack speed. And you get to incentivize moving in between as well. I don't know. I kind of like it. Let's sacrifice our shielding. I missed everything there. Holy fuck. So my whole strategy this whole time has been like do AoE damage because you can kill a whole team. His single target damage versus Arthas is crazy. We'll go ahead and sacrifice this. I didn't even use my other fucking abilities here. And Arthas slows me down. And I sacrificed all my shields and walked away at full health. You know, versus an AI, right? It's versus an AI. But good lord. All right, sacrifice, start hitting. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's so good. Okay. What is photonic weaponry? Fenix deals 15% more damage while he has a shield from shield capacitor. You technically could get the bonus from both. Right? I don't know how long you'd be able to hold on to it. But
choose a talent.
Okay. After moving unmounted, okay, we want that.
Choose a talent.
We want... guys, I think I want the movement speed. More attack speed from warping? No. Activate to lose our shield, increase our damage. Fire a laser. Honestly, laser's probably the worst one for what we're trying to do here. Basic attacks grant shields.
Choose a talent.
And then photonic weaponry. So,
Choose a talent.
I don't know how practical this is in a normal game. You're level 25 to his 20? What the fuck? I swear I looked at it and I was 20, I swear! I thought so, I'm sorry, team.
Choose a talent.
I'm sorry!
Choose a talent.
I thought we were both 20. Okay.
Choose a talent.
It's okay, though. We can retest. Movement speed.
Talent.
Increase damage by sacrificing our shields. Planet Cracker, even though I just said not
Choose
to.
a talent.
And then photonic weaponry. So how this works is we don't take damage, we sacrifice our shields, and then immediately start gaining shields again. And then just hit Arthas. I like the percentage damage more. I liked it a lot more.
Choose a talent.
Let's go ahead and test that one more time just to make sure I did like it and it wasn't the level advantage.
Choose a talent.
Let's just make sure.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
So we're both level 20. All right, we're going to sacrifice our shielding. It's still good. It's still good. It's still good talent. I like it. I like it. Then the last option at level 16, we already took a look at it a little bit. It's Arsenal Overcharge. Phoenix's basic attacks reduces ability cooldowns by 0.5 seconds. This obviously would pair better with advanced targeting. Would also allow us to warp around more, so maybe things like the attack speed increase here could be like super fucking good. A lot of possibilities with that. We'll test it out soon. Let's take a look at the level 20 talents for Phoenix now. We do not have upgrades to our heroic ability. That is weird. That is weird. So we have an upgrade to our Q, our W, our auto attacks basically, and our shield capacitor. Holy shit, team, are you serious? His ability cooldowns. It's all battle momentum. It's not basic ability cooldowns. I just had in my head that I was so used to every battle momentum being only basic abilities. Chat just pointed out that this is every cooldown. His heroics do have pretty hefty cooldowns, 75 seconds for purification and 100 for planet cracker. This does have to be done. This doesn't have to be done versus heroes. Oh God, that's good. It's a good talent. It's a good talent. Lower everything. Lower everything real good. Okay. We'll take a look at that. Don't worry. I think I have a build in mind. Secondary fire. Hitting an enemy hero with plasma cutter fires a purification salvo missile at them after 0.5 seconds, dealing 198 damage, deals 50% increased damage to slow targets. So hitting an enemy hero with plasma cutter, they're already going to be slowed. So I don't know, why don't they just add that damage in? I don't really understand. Let's take a look at it. So we shoot off our laser, and then they get hit with a missile too. Okay. Once again, kind of further incentivizing me to want to go for the battle momentum if I am going for a Q-based build. We can also continue to lower our cooldowns while we're in that fight. Okay. I still don't understand the point of the extra damage, but that's fine. I don't have to understand it. Then, oh shit, what did I pick? Repeater cannon grants 200% more attack speed. Oh my god, you can get even more attack speed? Or your phase bomb grants 2.5 more range. Jeepers creepers, that seems really good. I mean, you just attack faster. So if you do go for the health drain, you know, the giant killer, you attack more. God, that seems so good. And the range increase means that if someone's getting further away from you, like if you're trying to chase them down and you don't have any other options, you just swap to your big one. You swap to the bomb. Damn. God, he seems so good.
Choose a talent.
Last talent we have at level 20, Unconquered Spirit. Upon taking fatal damage, shield capacitor regains 1,437 shields at level 32. This effect has a 120-second cooldown. So he has a cheat death. He has a cheat death every 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. So, potential builds we could do. I'm going to start with a Q build first. All of these are kind of auto attack focused. But this one gives you an additional
Choose a talent.
swoop of your Q ability. Would we want to gain movement speed when our shield depletes, or have movement speed all the time? Let's go for target acquired.
Choose a talent.
This will deal more damage to slowed targets. I like that.
Choose a talent.
Purification salvo with this one, I think. Then potentially, we could go for armor when we teleport, right?
Choose a talent.
Basic attack damage, or basic attacks lower our cooldowns. And then I think I would want to go for auto attack still. The reason is we can keep it on our single target, teleport in for armor, get this Q ability going, get a movement speed increase, and lower our cooldowns all before we would really take too much damage, I feel like. Which could be optimized even more. Here, let's complete our quest. Which could be optimized even more by when Arthas approaches. Doing this, jumping in. Like, that's so much damage. I had the level advantage, though. Let's see what it's like at level 20.
Choose a talent.
I did have the level advantage.
Choose a talent.
Movement speed. We take the movement speed so we could stick to him a bit more,
Choose a talent.
obviously.
Choose a talent.
We're going to be slowing him anyway, though, so that may not be as useful.
Choose a talent.
And you could go for the increased damage here, but personally, I think that attacking more and lowering your cooldowns would be more impactful. I might be wrong. The idea is by lowering our cooldowns, we'd also be able to teleport more to keep our armor up longer. That's kind of where I'm approaching this from. Complete quests. Oops, excuse me, wrong one. While the minions are approaching, we'll just go ahead and lock on. Teleport in. Fixate on him. Yo, seems real good, team. Seems real fucking good. You can ult while the laser is going. Oh, can you? I haven't tried that. I guess that makes sense. Oh my god. And you can still auto attack. Holy fuck! Damn! So the only thing you can't do with your Q out is teleport. Because that'll cancel it. I assumed if teleporting canceled it, then anything would cancel it. That's nuts. And we're still benefiting from the increase of attack speed to lower our cooldowns faster. This means we'll be able to ult more. Means we'll be able to teleport more, use our Q more. Damn. That seems really good. All right, so that's our first option. I really like this. Once again, this is advanced targeting, target acquired, combat advantage, purification salvo, Adanium shell, then arsenal overcharge, and singularity charge. I think that might be good. Let's set us back to 20. We already were 20. We're about to be fucking 21. Come on, game. Come on, Gabe.
Choose a talent.
Alternatively, if you want to be more auto attack damage focused rather than ability power focused, mobile defense is, in my opinion, the easiest talent I've ever seen, because this is how you should be playing the game already. This is how you should already be playing the game. Moving in between attacks is really, really, really good. Gain movement speed. while your shields are depleted, or basic attacks against slowed heroes. I think I kind of want the movement speed while my shields are depleted. Just run around people a little bit more. We're gonna activate to lose our shields. Once again, probably going for the Purification Salvo.
Choose a talent.
Into basic attacks, grant shields.
Choose a talent.
And then, we want cooldown reduction, or do we just, no, we go for Giant Killer into the attack speed increase. And again, that would look, you would want to lower your shields prior to taking any damage, so you could still go into combat with some. So get off your mount as well to proc the movement speed, the movement damage. So lower our shields. And honestly, that seems so fucking good too.
Thank you so much for everything you do, Pally. Love you and TGN. Love Laser Gazlo and love the fun and banter that comes from you in the game. Less than 3.
I thought I muted those. But Thunder, IRL, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate you. So again, the idea is you would want to fire this off before you take any damage, lower your shields, move in between all of your attacks, and completely melt the shit out of whoever you're attacking, especially if they are a warrior, especially if they are a high health target. And then you're also going to be giving yourself small little bits of shields every time you auto attack, which means when they deal damage to you again, you're going to be losing your shields all over again to keep that movement speed increase, which seems real strong. If you don't want to sacrifice all of your shielding, I think I would understand. In that case, I would say you would want to go for warfare into Adanium Shell again for the armor. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's kind of where I'm landing with that. If you want it to be more of a splash damage hero, I would recommend going for Repeater Cannon and Power's Pulse Bomb. I think. Yeah.
Choose a talent.
Yeah. Phase Bomb can slow enemy heroes when they're hit. We don't necessarily need the attack speed here, so I would go for Divert Power Weapons once again. We'd be sacrificing our shields. We're going for pure fucking AoE damage, assuming our team has a lockdown, so Planet Cutter into the... I don't know what I would want with this one. Probably Auxiliary Shields again as well. Especially if they're grouped up. And then you would want to go for... So you could do the thing where you double dip. You could sacrifice your shields and then immediately gain shields. That might be good. Or you could lower your cooldown so you could slow enemies more often. That might be good as well. Let's double dip with this one. Shield capacitor increases damage dealt.
Choose a talent.
And then we would definitely 100% go for a singularity charge. So we would start out by trying to land our Q. Getting 3 auto attacks in. Priming that, swapping over, dealing damage. And then when you really want to kill someone, when the enemy team is grouped up and you're like, it's time to go, it's time to win, you would just try to slow them. Do you even need, I mean, slowing them just makes it easier to deal damage, right? I guess it's not required. Slow them, sacrifice your shields. And then hit for 728 area of effect damage. That is nuts. All right, I am actually at a loss. Usually I can walk away with a clear build that I think is going to be better. Usually I can walk away from these and be like, I'm going to try this build and it's going to be the one that I enjoy. All of those seemed good. All of those seemed great. Will they hold out in a game versus other players? That kind of remains to be seen. It's always kind of hard to test certain aspects of hero design in try mode. But usually those aspects are like, how good is my healing? What's my mana cost actually like? And clearly we're dodging all of those by having self-shield regen like Muradin. Like Muradin's health regen. We have the shield version. And we don't have mana to worry about. So I have to say he seems so busted. You just have to be good at stutter stepping, which most people are already. I hope. And then just manage when you get a proc on that. Oh my god. All right, so we're walking away from this video with the stamp. I wish I had I should really make something for this. It's like right in the middle of the screen, just a big stamp. Just says busted in all capital letters. Phoenix is busted. I have declared it. Will he be nerfed when he comes to the live service? Probably not. But we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are watching this on YouTube, then please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, although you're probably not. And I will see you all next time. It is so hot in here. I'm baking in this room right now.